All right. First and foremost, we'd like to give all praise and the glory unto Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Shagadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to our younger brothers. And peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing the word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua, pushing the body of Shalom to the hopeful elect that believers and listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua. All right, we're brothers from GMS Mississippi Camp. All right. And we're coming with nightly lesson, tonight, dealing with satisfying, as things been happening, amongst Israel, okay, the latest, okay, dealing with the madness and, the, you see, the, pretty much the, I guess you can call it, a disgrace. That's the word for it. The latest disgrace in Israel. Okay, dealing with this guy Alexander. And what that shows us is that there's a lot of Israelites is not satisfied with just how about Shemal Shah. Okay, without the big name, the fame, the popularity, the clout, income, the revenue. Okay, this is not all right fulfilling to Jake. It's not fulfilling to a lot of women, the so-called believe. All right, this truth is not fulfilling to them. Okay, why is that? Because this is not their everything. Okay, they don't have true hope in the world to come. They still have hope in this society. The truth is kind of a safety net, a community to be a part of. Okay, but it really doesn't give them fulfillment. That's why when they stop being fulfilled, okay, it's easy for them to move on or denounce the truth. All these TikTok videos, the other brother, not the Zagba, that he goes into. There's a lot of bitter, men and women. A lot of women you see on there saying, well, why I left the Hebrew Israelites and this and that, because they came here to get fulfilled, okay, in some type of way, but it wasn't of Yahweh shot. But see, the elect will fulfill with Yahweh shot, and the scripture is going to go into that. Now, let's go to Psalm 64 and 65 and 4. Let's start off with that. We're going to get into the word satisfied. Yeah, man. So, the spirit, is constantly revealing, okay, as we get closer and closer to the end. So no one will be without excuse. Okay, this is a statement that's being made. All right, and it should be an eye opener. Okay, and it should make us fear. All right, and it should make us all make the adjustment needed. All right, to stay within the favor of Yahweh Shema Shai. So you got it, bro.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 65, verse 4.
Yep.
It says, "Blessed is the man whom thou choosest, and causest to approach unto thee."
Yep. So there's only a few men whom the Lord has truly called to approach unto Him. Which is to really become familiar with Him. Okay. There's a lot of imposters, man. Okay. There's a lot of men, that have mastered acting like the prophets. Okay. And the Lord is making it known more and more. All right, day for day, man. And that's why I said no one will have an excuse. Okay, because Jake, was able to put on, but niggas like Alexander, all right, and other men, okay, you should look at their antics, man, and it should paint a picture of someone that's not sincere. Okay, so there's only a few men whom the Lord has truly called to allow to approach unto Him. Okay, to really get familiar with Him, man, to really get intimate with Him. Okay,
it says that He may dwell in thy courts. We shall be satisfied with the goodness of thy house.
Oh, we shall be satisfied.
Even of thy holy temple.
Yeah, even of thy holy temple. Okay? And understanding what did the holy temple represent? The presence of Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shai. So we're satisfied just with the Lord's presence, man. We're fulfilled with that. Long as the Lord is dealing with us, we good. Okay, everything else will work itself out. We adults. Okay? We all should have mastered, just about mastered, okay, paying bills. Okay? And we understand this is a temporary situation. So we're satisfied with being in the courts, with being in the vicinity of Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shai, the Spirit, man. This is all we need. We good. Okay? The Spirit really has us in the Spirit to be minimalist, man. We don't need much, man. Okay? Daily bread, you see, a roof, clothing, transportation, everything else is extra, man. Okay? So let's get that word satisfied to the Bible shop. Yeah, precept.
Brother, you said, again, it says, you will be satisfied with the goodness of thy house, even thy holy temple. You said that holy temple represents the presence of the Lord. So I just want to back you up on that. Psalm 11:4. It said the Lord is in His holy temple.
Yep.
And the Lord's throne is in heaven.
Yep.
His eyes behold, and His eyelids try to choose the mid when the throne was, but it's to back you up. Saying the Lord is in His holy temple. So, like going to them, saying that it represents the presence of the Lord. So when it comes to we speaking on that part of it. Like we're satisfied and just being around the Lord atmosphere, whatever come with that. Like we understand that we gotta drink of that cup, be satisfied and continue. That we're satisfied.
Yeah, you get that what you said.
This word satisfied in Hebrew.
Strong change 7646, Savan, and second entry,
Shabbat.
Savan.
Yeah, Shabbat. I can't say that. Shabbat. Yep.
Shabbat. An outline of biblical usage. To be satisfied, to be to be fulfilled, to be suffied.
Yep. To be surfeited. Yep.
All right. It says to be satisfied with, to be fulfilled, to feel, have once full of, and have desire and satisfied.
And basically just going into having the full desire satisfied. And you go into the definition that Hebrew word Shabbat is having the full desire satisfied. Man.
I got you right here.
Yeah, bro.
It's the strong definition. Say this is Shabbat. Shabbat.
Shabbat.
Shabbat. It says primitive root to feel satisfaction, willingly or figuratively have enough, feel full, self-wit, be too full of, have plenty of,
Yep.
to be
Satiate.
satiate.
Yep.
It says satisfied with, suffice.
Yep. So through, just the presence of Yahweh Shah will fulfill. The ability to wake up in the morning, pray, to read and feel that the Lord is dealing. Like we're satisfied with those simple things. In this world, that's nothing. See, we don't have to march and be seen. We don't have to be in the community. No, we're satisfied with just the Lord's presence and that the Lord is dealing and that He's allowing us to be vessels used to edify the body, man. Okay? So we're being fulfilled by just fulfilling our office, man. You see, like a woman, her fulfillment is supposed to be fulfilling her office as, as a wife, and as a mother. Okay? So as we're, likened unto the bride of Yahweh Shah, our joy, our fulfillment should be in our office, man. Okay, matter of fact, real quick, look at Psalms 113 and 9. Yeah, look at Psalms 113 and 9 just to make that point.
113.
Yeah, Psalms 113 and 9.
Psalms 113 verse 9. It says, He maketh the barren woman to keep house.
Yep.
And to be a joyful mother of children.
Yep.
Praise ye the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shah.
Yeah, so he said he made the barren woman to keep house and to be a joyful mother of children. So that's the office of the woman. And it said that she's a joyful mother of children. So to keep house, with what she would keep a man's house organized, to keep things the day-to-day running as the man was out, handling other affairs and, doing things outside the house. She would keep, the things around the man's house, functioning and going. Well, that's her fulfillment. And see, even going back to the serpent, he tricked Eve into she needed more to be fulfilled, just to go into that, not to go deep into that. But the point is, us being a bride of Yahweh Shema Shah, we should be fulfilled with our office, man. You see, that's the trick of Satan, to have you trying to chase all these different and diverse lusts, man, to get fulfilled. No, the fulfillment is fulfilling our purpose in Yahweh Shema Shah, our office, man. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I got something for you. When I was looking at what saying that we be satisfied, our righteous are real and number. It's designed for us to be that way. With a quick Google search, it said a person being satisfied in their purpose. It says, it says satisfied in one's purpose. Satisfaction in one's purpose can be described in a profound sense of meaning, direction, and fulfillment derived from accurately pursuing and achieving a goal and intention that align with one's deeply held values that contributes to one's longer wants and contribute to something larger than oneself.
Yeah, because it's bigger than us.
Mhm.
The nigga like Alazar, he wanted to make himself bigger than the truth. So that's why, you see how he talks. It's all about him. He's extremely self-centered. And it's a lot of people that's like that. They're extremely self-centered. Okay? And they want to make the truth about them, their emotions, their past, and their hurt and their trauma, and, what they done did, and all this shit, like they entitled or they, the Lord is in debt to them. But fulfilling their office and their truth is not enough for them, man. Them just going out and teaching is not enough, man. Because what? The numbers don't went down, their following don't went down, their bag don't went down. So what he's trying to do is reposition himself, to get that fulfillment that he was getting. All right. From what, man? That money, from ratchet bitches. Them fanboy niggas. You see, he want to pump that back up, but that was his reason for teaching. That's why it's so easy for him to walk away.
Yep.
Okay, you have to understand. Oh, matter of fact, look at the Philippians. What you had? Yeah.
I got looking more for it too.
So you got
It says benefits of purpose satisfaction. It says beyond the intent fulfillment, beyond the inherent fulfillment, a strong sense of purpose has been linked to numerous benefits of physical and mental well-being. It says including, and this I think about this, longer stress levels, greater resilience, increasing longevity.
He says greater resilience
Mhm.
because when you're in your purpose, it creates a sense of resilience because your fulfillment comes from the purpose. So you're going to fight to endure the outside circumstances to continue on in your purpose, man. You see, but you see with these guys, there's no resilience. And Jake, what do Jake do, man? Jake go back into the world. Jake get back on the straight game, on the broad game. Because why? It's easier, no resistance. Okay, so yeah, get that Philippians. You see, because this is how we have to be. As Apostle Paul, all the apostles, man. Okay, you read their stories and accounts how, you know, I say Apostle Peter then was beaten. We'll get that account too. When you get that.
It's Philippians chapter 4, verse 11. It says, not that I speak in respect of want.
Yep.
For I have learned in whatsoever state I'm in, therewith to be content.
Yeah, so Apostle Paul is not speaking from a state of want. Okay, which means that he's not speaking from a position as if he's lacking anything. And see, one thing about the truth, man, it makes us appreciate the small things, man. And when you appreciate the small things, it creates abundance, man. We're not lacking anything. Like I was saying, we don't need a bunch of followers, man. We don't need a lot of praise on the coming board, man. We don't teach for that. Okay, we don't have channels completely counseling and had to start back over from 0 subscribers, man. Multiple times, man. You have certain accounts, had thousands of subscribers, man, thousands of people, hundreds of people watching the live stream. All right, and then what? That shit get cut. Now you back to 10 views, 5 views. Okay, live stream dry as hell, but guess what? The word still got to go out. So either way, all right, we're not speaking from positions of want, man. We're not here grifting you for your money, okay? We're not on here trying to being popular. We don't need attention, okay? We don't need any of those things, man. So we're not in a position of want when it comes to. We're not in a position of lack when it comes to things in this world. We good, man. Go ahead.
Verse 12. It says, I know both how to be abased and I know how to abound.
It says, I know how to be abased and know how to be abound, with meaning that he knows how to operate from both positions. Because whether we have, 100,000 in the bank account or $100 in the bank account, we still gotta fulfill our office, man. We still got an office in the truth that we have to maintain and hold down, man. Okay, whether we have hundreds of people watching, okay, or 2 people watching, we still got to teach, man. We still got to thoroughly break down these scriptures, man, and get the understanding. The flock, yep, that got to be done. So regardless of the outside circumstances, man, that we can be up or we can be down any day, and it's the Lord that does this, because you can have the perfect, running business, and the Lord is in that shit. It'd be nothing you did, the shit that'd be over with. And speaking from experience, man. But guess what? The word still got to go forth, man. The sheep still got to be fed. Okay? You got it, bro.
It says, everywhere and in all things I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need.
Yeah, so in either way, because the Lord takes us through these things, going back to the lesson on those spiritual seasons. Okay? The Lord take us through those seasons, man. Okay, the spring, the time of flourishing, and the summer, you gotta endure the summer. The fall, you reap. Okay, and then the winter, and you gotta endure. Okay, to make it back to that time of what, man? Of spring, that new birth, that new growth. Okay, so we constantly go through these different seasons, man. We go through ups and downs, man. Whether you have 10 women or no woman, this word still got to go forth, man. You still got to be, and we still got to be in the spirit regardless, man. That shit don't matter. That's exterior. That's the external thing. It don't matter. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 13. It says, I can do all things through Mashiach and strengthen me.
Yeah, so the script comes from Yahweh Shai. But even to tap into this script, okay, you got to be in good standing. And see, these niggas don't have any script in Yahweh Shai because Yahweh Shai don't fuck with these niggas, man. You see, that's another thing Yahweh Shai showing that he don't fuck with these niggas, man. And niggas don't fuck with him. So the feeling is extremely mutual, man. So what we're seeing is that Yahweh Shai is spewing these niggas out, man. Okay? Putting these niggas out there, man. You see? And if you follow these men, okay, you've been set up for failure. Okay? Because not only did he lead you astray, he put you in the hole, man. In order for you got to get back to zero. This nigga took you way down there and put you in debt in the spirit. You will have to climb out just to get to zero. Following a nigga like that, man. You got it, bro.
I'm reading this from bro.
Yeah, you got it.
This is Aaron, tribe of Judah.
Yep.
It said Hebrews 15:5. It says, keep your lives free from the love of money and be content with all the things you have.
Woo! Be content with all the things you have. Be appreciative of what you got. We got more than enough, man. The Lord has given us more than enough for what we need to fulfill our office, man. Okay? We don't need to beg the congregation for no cameras, man. We got these regular phones, camera stand. Let's go.
Walmart, camera stand, tripod. We in there.
Yeah. Internet service, man. We got more than enough, man, to edify, man. You see? So at the end of the day, all right, when you have this lust, for if money feels, if that's a fulfillment to you, man, you can't trust a nigga when his fulfillment is money, when his fulfillment is women, when his fulfillment is strong drink or being popular. You can't trust a nigga like that because he gonna be up and down. Because when those things change, he gonna change. Yeah, it's never ended. Okay, the eye is not satisfied with seeing. Okay, so you can't. That's why the scripture say don't trust a nigga. Okay, that's given to change, man. Rather not with him that's given to change because their fulfillment is in things of this world. So when they don't have their fulfillment, then guess what? They change. They switch up. Okay? Go ahead.
So if I make add,
Yeah, bro.
everybody who going into a while ago, we go through the ups and downs. The Lord gonna give us everything we need in that time. You will see, the Lord, He'll add a little grace on that. Who enjoy some simple pleasures. So Lord, He know. They know. How about Shema Shai? Know. They know exactly what we need. And at times they know, like, let me give them a little jump now. Let me put a little extra on now, just so he can enjoy himself in righteousness, a little bit. So it goes back to just being content. Lord know we content and we continue to go through. It's just like you working and working and working. Your boss know you working hard. Eventually they're gonna be like, man, you take your day off. You good. You know what I'm saying? Hey, just clock in, just chill out for the day. You can't take a break in the spirit. You can't just stop. You can't take your hand out of the plow, but using that as figures, you might just know somebody take that and run with it.
Yeah, there's a thing of speak. There's a thing of you step back and assess yourself. That's why you have. Because like I say, even with that, we're not going to do, multiple videos a day, every day. Sometimes it might just be 1, 2, sometimes it's 3, 4, 5. Okay? So even with that, when we're not on camera, there's still other things that we're doing that creates growth in the spirit, man. You see, it's a whole 360 thing, man. All right, the being in the spirit. You see? Go ahead. Get that in the book of Acts. Get that in Acts 5 and then we'll get that in John. Get that in the book of Acts chapter 5. Guess we started like 40. Start like in 38.
Now I send to you, Frank.
Yeah. Start right there.
Cool. Acts chapter 5, starting at verse 38.
Yeah.
It says, and now I say unto you, refrain from these men.
Yep. So this was when the apostles, were apprehended. All right. Apostle Peter. Okay. And a couple of the apostles they was apprehended for teaching Yahushua. Okay. But you had the million, he intervened, and was telling, the rest of the, what they call the Sanhedrin, like, look, I might want to fall back from these guys. Okay. And it's going to go into why. Go ahead.
Let them be alone, for if this counsel or this word be of men, it shall come to naught.
Yeah, so what we're doing is of men, it should come to naught. But what do you see amongst the true believers, man, the true teachers, man? Growth. Okay, you saying, members, new camps, all right, new members coming in the camps, but you saying quality members coming in the camp. It ain't just no big explosion of random niggas. No, you're seeing men that are being groomed up, okay, to teach other men. Their talent constantly flipping, man. So you constantly seeing this talent flipping. You then the brothers that, that we've been seeing, you see maturity in those men. Okay? So this is of the Most High. And what we're seeing is growth. If it's of the Most High, you're going to see righteous growth, man. Not just random numbers and, big, a big party pass over. No, you're going to see growth and edification, man. Okay? Go ahead.
I'm going to read this for you.
Yeah.
Quick Google search. It says to come to naught means to be completely unsuccessful or to achieve nothing.
Yep.
So it goes back to what you were saying, just to back you up. It says if the counsel be of men, if this counsel or this word be of men will come to naught. So if it is of men, we not gonna see no growth.
No.
We're not gonna see no positive impact on it spiritually.
It could be easily stopped.
Mm-hmm. You don't see that.
Just like a lot of Jakes will split off and try to do their own thing and go against the apostles. And now you don't hear from these guys anymore. They're doing the law. They try to prove a point, like they still gonna teach. And we've seen many guys do that, man. Try and refine. Gone. Okay? You see, out of there, man. Plenty more. Plenty of the guys we can name, but they were just one of the main ones. But it's plenty of guys that broke away, tried to, pretend, that they're just gonna keep going and they was on fire and they'll wither away, man, sugar away. Go ahead.
Verse 39. But if it be of the Most High, ye cannot overthrow it. Least happily ye be found even to fight against the Most High. Verse 40, it says, and to him they agreed, and when they had called the apostles and beaten them, they commanded that they should not speak in the name of Yahushua and let them go.
Yeah, so they was beaten. The apostles were beaten them. Okay, and they don't tell them how bad they were. But what we're going to go into the reaction after that. Go ahead.
Reading verse 41. And they departed from the presence of the council, rejoicing that they were counted worthy to suffer shame for his name.
Oh, they was counted worthy to suffer shame for his name. Okay. See, when you are on your purpose, going back to what the brother went into, how purpose creates resilience. You see, their fulfillment was serving the Lord. That was their joy. All right. And Yahushua already told them that they was going to suffer, okay, for his name's sake.
Yeah,
see? Yeah, so when this happened, they showed faith too. They showed that they believe, like, man, Yahushua told us this, man. Was you going to read that last one, then go to Luke 6 and 22. You got it.
It says, and daily in the temple and in every house, they cease not to teach and preach Yahweh Shah Mashiach.
Yeah, so these men were beat and went back immediately to preach Yahweh Shah. The thing that got them put in apprehended and even beat, man.
Go straight back to work.
Yeah. You see? Because why? They was on their purpose. Their fulfillment was serving Yahweh Shah. That was their life. Okay? It wasn't just something to do. It wasn't a trend to them. No, that was their life, man. That was their satisfaction, man. All right, read that.
John 6 and 20.
6 and 22.
6 and 22.
You can look. Not John, Luke 6 and 22. Luke 6 and 22.
That's really good. Luke 6 and 22, Yahweh Shah speaking. It says, blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake.
Yeah, see, and Jake want to be like, you know, that's why Jake tries to appease to all these different platforms. But Jake want to be like, okay, Jake want to be loved by the masses, man. That's their fulfillment, the praise of men. There's a lot of people, their fulfillment is the praise of men. Okay, and as you see the praise of men has dwindled, okay, when that dwindles on these guys, they disappear. You know, even going back beyond Alexar, these guys that bug out, okay, they fall out and do their own thing. See, they be hot because, you know, Jake love mess. So when people like someone fall out of GMS and they'll have a following because people just want to hear some mess. People want to hear some type of expose.
Soap operas.
Yeah, they want to hear that soap opera shit. So they'll have a following for a while, but then when that shit get played out, then their following disappear. Then them niggas disappear, man. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, rejoice ye in that day, and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven.
Yeah, so what was the apostles doing? They were rejoicing. Because they was told this. Remember, Yahweh Shah told them this before the account in Acts. So you gotta understand that they were being beaten. You have to understand these words came to them. That's why they rejoiced. Like he said this. Like Yahweh Shah said this. But they say what? Rejoice because what? Your reward is great in heaven. They had faith in the reward. When you got faith in the reward, man, all the other shit don't matter. We're not here to try to be cute. No, we're here to teach the word how to according to the spirit. Each brother according to their portion, man. We're not here for the other shit, man. That's why you don't see brothers on all these goddamn platforms, man. You know? You go on YouTube your ass to death. And if that don't get it, then hey, ain't nothing else we can do.
Yeah,
you know, go ahead.
It says, for your reward is great in heaven.
Yep.
For in the like manner did their fathers unto the prophets.
Yeah, so in the like manner did their fathers unto the prophets, man. You know, for the spirit of the prophets subject to the prophets. You know, and they come back, all right, they experience, you know, a similar thing each lifetime, man. And you always had, you know, a hatred for the true prophets of Yahweh Bashim al-Shah amongst Israel, man. We embrace being hated. We don't care about being called bomb camps at all. Okay? Jake be having money, man. Brother be having money, but shit, we ain't got to prove to you nigga that we not bombs. Nigga can think what you want. The Lord dealing with us. Nigga, I can be whatever you think I am. You can Jake lie on us, slander us, or whatever. That don't matter. We not even thinking about what a nigga think we is, man. Mm-hmm. We know we move based on if the Lord still dealing, man. That's what we move on. That's what we concerned with, man. Is Yahweh Bashim al-Shah still dealing, man? Just like a woman in her right mind, she don't care about the outside world calling her fool for being submissive to her husband, man, because she enjoying the perks of it. Yep. She like the women that's really all right in order, okay, and then the cool, you know, a little decent situation. They not studying that shit them silly hoes talking about, man. They don't care about being called no pick me. They enjoying the benefits, okay, of being in order. Okay? And right now we're enjoying the benefits of being in order under Yahweh Bashim al-Shah. We not studying that silly shit that these niggas on or what they call us or what they think of us, man. You know? Go ahead.
That makes sense, bro, because the same way your house shot told them and they laughed.
Yep.
No, that just shows you how Scripture said the spirit of the prophet, the symbols of the prophets are about to outweigh that number. They doing the same thing now. You know, they laugh like we laugh at the same thing.
Mhm.
Like people call us bum, okay. Like we gonna see who the bum really is, right?
Yeah.
We can see every people say, oh, they was selling out there with skirts and all that stuff on. Just, okay, like your house shower already told us what was gonna happen.
Mhm.
So all you doing is really increasing our faith
Yep.
because you really like Jake ain't doing nothing but making everything Howard Shah said come true again.
They magnify. You know, they said, shall men shall cast you out from their company. Okay. Because let's say GMS, the worst group. Well, Yahushua said we would be casted out for evil. Okay? So that title of the worst group, well, according to Yahushua, that's good. According to Yahushua, we should rejoice. And we're being called the worst group. Why? Because they hate them, they rebuke at the gate. Okay? Because a lot of our people that know they're Israelites, they still govern themselves by black culture and nigger rules. And the nigger culture, correction is offensive to a nigga, man. Offensive to the nigga woman. Y'all don't never talk about the Southern Kingdom women. Shut your ass up. Okay? I don't know no Northern Kingdom women like that. I don't know what go on in the Northern Kingdom community. We go into the history. Yeah, well, we know you goddamn niggas that you see.
Y'all
And your ratchet ass, but experts on your ratchet ass.
It's like we ain't even gotta go out and like go out. Well, all you gotta do is click on the phone.
Yeah.
You know, brothers go through. You know, there's many things to go in and listen about. That's the first thing you see. But one of these crazy motherfuckers doing, like you don't do yourself no good. No.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, all right, we're not here, okay, to make you niggas feel good. Okay? We're not a shoulder to cry on for the nigga woman, man. We here to tell it what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? And then see when you a nigga that's trying to teach for box, you gonna trim the doctrine, man, to appease these hoes, man.
They're trying to get likes.
Yeah, when you trying to teach for boxing, you trying to rack up women, you gonna trim the doctrine and be appealing, okay, to the nigga woman. Be sympathetic, you know, that tank, Mario type spirit.
The simp spirit,
Yeah,
in the soft fucking darkness.
Yeah.
No scripture said no respect of persons. Like we don't care who you is.
yeah,
Like we're gonna let you know exactly what it is. And if you don't like me, like honestly, I'm gonna tell you straight up. Fuck me, fuck you.
yeah.
Right?
Then it ain't us, that they don't like. John 7:7.
John 7:7.
Yeah, because we all saying the same thing. And where is the source, okay, of these lessons, these videos? What is the source of them? Go ahead.
John chapter 7, verse 7, Yahweh Shah speaking. The world cannot hate you, but it hated me. But I testify of it that the works thereof are evil.
Yeah, because I testify of it and the works thereof are evil. So the hatred ain't for us, it's for Yahushua. But see, Yahushua is not here in the flesh. But see, we come in the spirit of Yahushua. Okay, and Yahushua had the spirit of calling shit out. Okay, and we call things out amongst ourselves, man. Or we can watch a random video and be cut to where we're like, damn, but we gotta make the adjustment. Okay? But at the end of the day, you see, when you're teaching, for the sake of money, you gotta watch what you say. You gotta try to have a doctrine that's likable. You gotta you gotta try to be careful with your approach, not to offend. When you guys are you teaching, for women, then you gotta appease to the woman. So you gotta water things down, man. But we don't teach for that because that's not our fulfillment, man. Okay? We have zero view, zero subscribers. But the Lord, because the Lord showed that He be dealing, the Lord showed us day to day that He be dealing. So long as that's happening, then we fulfill. Okay, go ahead.
That just showed too, bro. Like you can see, cause you can see who paid it off for trying to, turn scripture. That's how we can
Yeah,
point out
sure.
the 501c3 church, 501c3 council. But they always trying to trim the doctrine for filthy lucre. And filthy lucre going into anything, the box, money, or fame or whatever. And we supposed to be crying out.
Mhm.
That what it said. I'm gonna read this. Isaiah 58:1. It says, "Cry aloud, spare not." Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions in the house of Jacob their sins. So when people are sitting here asking me, why y'all doing this? The Lord told us to. Lord told us what to do. He told us what was gonna happen. He told us what we need to do in the time. He told us what we need to be doing until he comes back. And that's pretty much it. And we satisfied, going back to the point of the lesson. We satisfied in it.
Yeah.
We satisfied in that cup. Everything that come with that, we know this is that cup of your house shop right here. And we satisfied with pros, the cons, everything that come with it. When we read that first, your reward in heaven is great. That's your paraphrase. We know it's to come.
Great is your reward in heaven.
Mhm.
You know. So let's get that in
Yeah.
St. John 14. I want to get that word thirst in the blue now. Like St. John chapter 4, verse 13.
It's chapter 4.
Yeah, chapter 4, verse 13. St. John. Because once we came upon this, man, this was it. That's why brothers, became obsessed, with this ministry. You first come in, you have that zeal, okay? And, as we come in, you know, all the things that we thirsted for. See, this is what we needed, okay? And we didn't know it. We didn't know that this truth is what we needed. We didn't know that this truth is going to fill our void. That's how you know that it's how shot is choosing, man. We're not choosing this. This chose us.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Con, it said 4:13, right?
Yeah.
This is the book of St. John, chapter 4:13. Yahweh Shah answered and said unto her, whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again.
Yep.
Well,
Whoever drink of this water shall thirst again. Now, you're speaking about what? Because he was speaking to the woman at the well who was a heathen. And Yahweh Shah was pretty much just talking over her head, for a talking point, you know, for a teachable moment. You see? So when Yahweh Shah was telling her, like, look, you're gonna drink of this well, you're gonna thirst again. You see? Talking about that is actual physical water. Go ahead.
Into my that water of the world, doctrine of the world, that fulfillment of the world. Verse,
No, you got it.
Verse 14, it says, but whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst again.
Yep.
But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life.
Springing up into everlasting life. You see, so we're partaking in the thirst, okay, of we're partaking in the water of Yahweh Shai, which when we partake of this water, we don't thirst for nothing else. We're not thirsty for Esau's fame. We're not thirsty for Esau's clout, in his world, to be, we don't have the ambitions. See, that's their points. That old man is dead. Dead people don't have an appetite. You see? So us being dead to the world, we don't have an appetite for these things, man. Okay? Now we have an appetite in the spirit because now we see that we're on the path to everlasting life, man. You see, nothing else outside of this leads to everlasting life. Man. You see, everlasting life and rulership. Okay? You see, that's the thing that's going to make, the everlasting life so great. It's going to be in the righteous rulership, being joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. But see, that's all within that water. See, when we drink this water, this word, we read and we go into these things, man, it all leads to everlasting life. Yahweh Shai he was always speaking about everlasting life, man, living forever. Okay, abundance. You see? Yeah, bro.
That's what I'm thinking about. That's the spirit. You said abundance. Abundance means plenty, plenty of.
Mhm.
It said, and read it again. It says, but the water that I shall give him shall be in him, well of water springing up. So water shooting out of something. You know when they hit like them oil pockets
Mhm.
and it starts shooting out of it, it's abundance of it, it's an overflow.
Yep.
So even that springing up in the spirit, like when you drinking this cup, when you drinking this water from your house shop, like when it's in you, like it start to spring up, like you
Yeah.
got overflow of water.
They
You know?
come out. That's why we gotta do the video,
Yeah.
because we can't just drink the water, because now it springs out of us. We need lessons. You see, because we drink of the water of Yahushua, this word, we're drinking life. Okay, and this life begins to start to spring out of us, man, when we do these lessons and in our conduct. Okay, so this is that water, we're witnessing that water just constantly, flow out of the body. Okay, and in this water, this doctrine is leading to everlasting life, man. That's another thing. And nigga talking about it. We got this on Gorilla TV. Subscribe to this. You sub to this subscription, and then you get to ask me any question. Man, shut the fuck up, man. Don't ask your dumb ass no question, man. If I want to ask a nigga that's getting dominated by a ratchet bitch, I ain't got who. If niggas is asking you questions, man, they deserve everything they gonna get.
And like I'm a crackhead, I say, look,
Yeah. You see? If you sub to this, you can ask me any question, man. Nobody will ask no goddamn faggot no question, man.
that just show how delusional niggas be. Like,
Yeah.
when you're not satisfied and how about you not sharp, but it shows how really delusional you are.
Yeah.
Like the niggas will go to the extreme to try to find that satisfaction or try to fill that void when like you'll never feel it, it'll never be enough. So you really get more and more and more delusional. Like, what you doing your body for that shit?
You know. And then let's say, and for niggas ask you something, you know that he bugged out and weird too.
It gotta be.
You see, and that's the only thing that this nigga finna draw. Simple as widow niggas and simple as women, because Eve don't give a damn. One thing about Eve, long as some type of money that she can get, or even it's a little attention that she can get, she gonna be there. She don't give a damn about no morals or righteousness or none of that, man. She just trying to survive. Eve a hyena, so she always somewhere trying to get the scraps. You see? But going back into it, here it is, we're going into immortality, man. And the nigga talking about, you can ask me any question, man. Showing you that a nigga is far removed, okay, from being in the spirit of Yahweh by Shema Shah, man. That nigga way gone, man. Okay? And then plenty more. All right, like that guy, man. And the spirit gonna keep exposing, man. My brother got some more.
Two of them.
Yeah.
Two. I'm gonna get this first. It said Aaron, tribe of Judah, Luke 6:45.
Yep.
For out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speak.
Out of the abundance of the heart, which is the mind, the mouth speak. Exactly, bro. So out of the abundance of the mind, but how do you get the abundance in the mind? You gotta tap in. Spirit bear witness. Yeah, you gotta tap in, and you gotta do it in sincerity. Because see, like niggas like that, they was tapping in, but it was for this. It was to fulfill their lust of being, praised as these great debaters. Swing that sword out, swing that sword, king. You see, they were doing it for the applause. They wasn't doing it in sincerity. So there was a lot of things that they was overlooking because they wasn't doing this thing in sincerity. Okay? So it's a lot of wisdom that they wasn't digesting because they were doing this thing for the applause, man. You got it, bro.
This is brother by Young Yasharawa, bro. He did Ecclesiastes or Sirach 4:27. It says, make not thyself an underlying to a foolish man.
Yeah, underling. Yep.
Underling. Make not thyself an underling to a foolish man, neither accept the person of the mighty.
Yep. And see, there's a lot of you simple Israelites, low self-esteem Israelites, you still follow a guy like that because, because he's he was popular. He's somewhat popular. And he put off this persona, which that's another thing. It's hard for him to pull off that tough guy act. You see? Yeah, getting dominated by a ratchet bitch.
Several of them.
Yeah,
Boy.
yeah. You let Project hold run train on you and shit, man.
They like shit don't even surprise you anymore.
Yeah.
You can't make the shit up.
Yeah. But nigga, and that nigga shouldn't have nothing to say. But this shows you how Esau has made weirdo shit so normal that, you know, because the world's so weirdo friendly that a nigga like that can pop back on the scene and still get some type of following. He might can't get what he had. Okay, but 10, 15 years ago, man, that nigga would have been shamed off the internet, man.
Good.
But the fact that, you know, Esau society is so weirdo friendly, okay, and there's so many people that's into that weird shit, he still can, you know, he can attempt to rebrand himself, man.
Good.
Okay?
So I got when about add, it just showed you how, you know, the head apostles, you know, sincere men, you know, that's you know, they're the head of Israel right now.
Yep.
So you know, the same way, you know, we have them as an example into righteousness through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. I think you said that at camp. The Lord got set up where them niggas got somebody to lead they at, and that where they need to go to.
Straight to the Muslims.
Go.
Jacob Trouble with no defense, man. See, a lot of you Israelites, okay, just as this word is gathering the hopeful elect, well, the Lord got these niggas gathering in 2/3, okay, because it's a 2/3, a portion of 2/3 of men and women that know that they're Israelites, man. Okay, that's why it's a fearful thing. Because that's why we can't rest on just knowing that we Israelites. No, we got to get into this thing, man. You know, we really got to move and operate in fear. Okay? Yeah, some.
I don't even think of something.
Yeah, Jake, but this ain't this. This is not Jake everything, man. Fine. If not, get that Matthew 11:28.
So 11 to 28.
Yeah, Matthew 11:28.
Matthew chapter 11, verse 28. Yahweh Shah speaking. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden.
Yeah, come to me, all the ye that are laboring heavy laden. And that's the thing too, man. They're like, yeah, you sick of this shit, man. It's time to go home, man. Okay? You got time, you know, ask me any question you want. No, we ain't got time for this shit, man. I wasn't asking us random questions. Man, who the fuck are we? First of all, and then secondly, you know, what point is that?
Yep.
But going back, that fulfilled nigga ego, man.
The Paul say don't get into that
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah,
It's not it's vain and unprofitable.
you know? No, we trying to get the fuck out of here, man. We want to go home. We want Esau removed from power, man. Put in chains. Okay, that's our fulfillment. Okay? That's why I say, well, this is the patience and faith of the saints, man. Okay, keep reading.
Come. It says, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you.
I said, and I will give thee rest. See, we are rest in these scriptures, man. I'm saying that's why I said we're content. We don't have to, you know, we don't have to be on the scene. You see? We don't need to be looked at in a particular light.
Send of attention.
Yeah, we at rest. This word, understanding what we got coming, we good. We got everything coming. We good. And the Lord, I said, He has us content with what we got now. And we got everything coming. So this creates a piece of rest in our mind. Okay, go ahead.
It says, take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, for ye shall find rest upon your souls.
Yeah, so we take on the yoke of your house shot, man, which is just labor, man. Toiling in this, and then even doing this work, it's like therapy, man. You know, we get the release, we get the bit. So it's like therapy, you know, the labor, you know, in this thing, man. Nigga was a marriage counselor. I want what the hell, man. I said, hell yeah. So you sitting up there hearing a man and his woman, was that off? All right. Another man shouldn't be in between the affairs of another man and his wife, man. Refereeing and, you know, somebody married. No, man. Okay? Now you can get, you know, advice. You know, brother probably want to know, okay, what do you think about this? And then some things, you know, hey, brothers just got to figure it out. But at the end of the day, who the hell want to sit up and listen to two people argue, man? Okay? But that was his fulfillment. Being this chief, you know, being looked at as this great mentor, and you see, and make it seem as if he's just this helpful nigga, and he just this caring, helpful nigga, man. Okay? But nah, man, see when fulfillment comes from just teaching his word, man, you're not interested in all this shit, man. We're not trying to nothing throwing a cookout there for random niggas in a random neighborhood, man. You know? It's not even a thought, man. Because what does that do? A waste of time. And then, you know, whenever you go around a crowd of niggas, man, your chances of being hurt, of being robbed, of being put to death go up drastically, man.
Instantly.
You know? Go ahead.
It says, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light.
Yeah, so in your house shot, you know, it's a light burden. You know, it comes with suffering. Okay? But then even in the suffering, the Lord is right there in the suffering. Just like, you know, you go to Azariah, Mishael, and Hananiah, those three Hebrew boys, and they were thrown in the fire. Who was there with them? Yahweh Shai. Okay, so as we go through our fire, Yahweh Shai is there, man. Okay? I hope you got bro.
I'm not get this a bag. I'm gonna show y'all.
Yeah.
This shakes. I know certain people. You know, I like to bring out the scriptures. People say, well, he just trying to help people. Now he going off like the priest said. This is Sirach or Ecclesiastes 9:9. Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thy arms, and spend not thy money with her at thy wine, lest thine heart incline to her, and so thou shalt desire to fall, thou shalt desire for thou to fall into destruction.
Yep. So the scripture give us see, that's the thing. Bringing that out, that's not appealing to the masses. You see, he had a nigga audience. You see, a bunch of just niggas that know that they're Israelites, and you know, the ratchet nigga woman. You know, so something like that wouldn't make them say, "Ooh, that nigga deep." You know, he bring that out. So that's what I'm saying. Even when Jake with that mindset, when they study, they miss all their wisdom because they looking for their wow factor. They want their wow factor when they teach.
It's like Jake chase instead of being content with the Lord give her, Jake trying to chase a hit.
Yeah,
Trying to chase her
Jake want to drop a class.
Every time, boy.
Yeah, Jake can't just do the video, you know, edify, make your point, bring out the information, and go on. You know, Jake got to drop a classic.
Every time.
Yeah, Jake got to go into something that's never been taught before.
Possibly around almost 40 years.
Yeah.
Almost a century together. I'm pretty sure everything that we going into, they talked about it before.
Yeah.
Agree.
And then the spirit give, you know, brothers different perspectives on things. But at the end of the day, even that, it's not for us to get the glory. Matter of fact, real quick, we're gonna get after you get 2 Corinthians 4 and 5.
2 Corinthians 5.
Yeah. Matter of fact, start at 3. You know, then we can get
You done that method.
yeah, that method.
2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 5.
We start at 3.
2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 3. It says, but if our gospel be hid, it be hid to them that are lost.
And see, this is why we know this is not for everybody. This is why we're not here for numbers. Okay? Numbers don't matter. praise on the coming board, that shit don't matter. We're not here for you, man. That doesn't make us get up and go. You know, because the coming board dry.
Yep.
So we gonna shut it down. We gonna get on the internet. I'm leaving Israel. No,
I'm leaving.
yeah,
That just show you how niggas think.
yeah, man.
Nigga out here doing videos and trying to go famous. Once they ain't on the game, they feel like it's a waste of time.
Yeah,
You know, there's been 0 views, no comments, no matter what it is. Like the Lord see that work. Every brother that went through that. I remember I had a conversation when I first came on the camp with corner buyout. Like, corn, you know, my daughter, my daughter, right? You know, everybody watching the video. He was like, brother, you gotta stay in the spirit.
Yep.
He said, you gotta stay in the spirit because get what the Lord see your work.
Yep.
So that's telling them like we don't care, bro. This, and I just use myself as an example for other people to learn from. But Lord, we don't care because the Lord see our work. How about Shema Shah see their work? The angels, they sending them accounts. We want that. We want that well done or that good job by faithful servant. I mean, how about Shema Shah? We're content. If they're okay. We ain't content with a nigga saying, "Oh, that was fire."
Yeah. And then even like when you go into that, because like I said, we all started from zero. Everybody, like for years, 5, 10 views, man. You'd be like, damn, my, you know? But then it's like you just gotta keep teaching. Then it get to the point where you don't care because the Lord take us through that to where and see, like, you just starting off with channel. Imagine having 2,000 subscribers in the community and that shit get swiped.
It's so steady tagged in.
Like, that shit hurt. See, you ain't seen that part yet. That shit hurt. You gonna act like, you know what I mean? Because you the built up, because it takes so long to build up. And it's not about, being seen, but you know it's sincere believers. Then brothers be looking for you, you know, be like, oh, you brother, you got a new channel, and that traffic ain't there, and you just be wanting to feed the sheep that's been around, these years. So you ain't even felt that part yet where you got all these subscribers and now your shit deleted. Because you get a strike and then your shit get terminated, then that shit like, God damn.
Yeah. We start focusing on feeding the sheep, like and like that job, like you know what you do. And when something happens to hinder you from doing that job, or for allowing you to fulfill your purpose, that's the part that hurt. You're like, yeah, I was feeding the sheep. Now my sheep don't even know I'm here no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's more more what this like hearing from what you're saying. That's kind of what it seemed like.
You gotta grind it back up.
Yeah.
All you can do is grind it back up. And the Lord keep us humble. But then at the same time, it's more so of you be like, damn, because it's sincere brothers, few sisters that really, keep up. You see, but at the end of the day, that can't be the reason, okay, that we do this, man. We do this for the edification, you see, and for it to be seen. Because scripture going to, a wise man loveth, listen to hear. Just roughly paraphrase the scripture and apocrypha, okay? But we have to understand, that can't be what breaks us if we don't have it. That's not our breaking point if we don't have, views and, comments and particular things. No, we still got to teach, man, because the Lord is seeing, and the Lord showing that He's seeing, man. As long as the Lord is saying, hey, I'm well pleased, the Lord give us sign that He's well pleased in what we're doing. You got to picture Aaron, tribe of Judah, Proverbs 15:3. The eyes of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. It said beholding the evil and the good. So we always got witnesses, man, of what we're doing. The Lord is omnipotent, omnipresent. The Lord, not matter of fact, get that real quick in Hebrews 6:10. Oh yeah, finish that Corinthians, then get that Hebrews 6:10. Yep. It says, yep. We're gonna finish that in Corinthians, Hebrews 6:10. Then we're gonna keep 6:10. It's verse 4. It's back in Corinthians 4,
chapter 4 and verse 4, 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 4, it says, in whom the power of this world, or the God of this world, have blinded the minds of them which believe not.
Yeah, and this another thing, it's not for everyone. There's a lot of our people that's blinded by Esau. Okay? This is what I'm saying. This is why we're not here to just have these random followers, man. Because it'd be just a bunch of people. And that's why you go to the comment board, you don't see a lot of precepts. Okay, you see women that out of the corner talking and, people having side conversations on the comment board and all this old shit. It ain't no order. It's just a bunch of randomness, man. You see? Everybody else like it's an A1 game. Waiting on the wild moment. Okay, go ahead.
It says, least the light of the glorious gospel of the Mashiach, whom the image of the Most High shall shine upon them.
Yeah, so unless glorious light of Yahweh shine on someone, there's nothing we can do. Okay, that's why we're not here for the gimmicks. Okay, but those men, they did those gimmicks not to draw people into the faith, but to draw people into their fulfillment, which is having a large following, okay, being praised and looked at as they got. So they're not doing these gimmicks to bring people in so they can be edified. They're bringing people in to scratch that itch that they got, to fill that void that they got. Go ahead.
God, it says, but we preach not ourselves, but Hamashiach Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, we
the
preach
Lord.
not ourselves. So why would I have a channel where people gotta go subscribe and pay money? Okay, when the scripture say freely we've been given, freely give away.
I'm saying Yahweh Shai more minor with election play.
Yeah. So it's like we don't teach ourselves, man. We got these alternate, niggas call themselves a guerrilla Hebrew. That shit don't go together, man. An animal in the Hebrew. You see?
It sound big.
Yeah.
I mean, gang bangs out.
Yeah, still glorifying this shit. See, why we keep hearing about your life? Who gives a fuck, man? You know how many game bangers there are? That shit is dead. You know what I mean? How easy it is to get in the game? You just walk outside. JL like being in the game is some big achievement. Niggas join the game every second. Okay? Anybody can be in the goddamn game, man. But Jake still talking about, I was game bang since 9, like, man, like we just supposed to be so intrigued. Oh shit, yeah. Like we ain't grow up in the community full of these niggas.
Then you got brothers with different backgrounds who was probably more like the seen more, went through more and everything, and they come under the banner and they'll be with them how about
and they don't even talk about it. Like these some brothers that you don't even know what brothers, being part of. But really be ashamed of that shit. Yep. You don't be wanting to be like, damn, I only want that to come out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And the spirit bring it out,
yeah.
Like, fuck.
So it's like niggas still glorifying some goddamn game bang, man. Like that's some great achievement, man. But guess what? That's still an achievement because niggas are on that low frequency, man. So it's some simple low self esteem niggas that was just that nigga game bangs. He was none. Chief said he game bangs. He was none. You see, nigga culture. Yeah, that's amazing to simple niggas, man. Shit like that, man. We tired of this shit. We can't wait till there ain't no games, man. Be ready for the Lord. That's why we waiting on Esau pass the big beautiful bill.
What's up, man?
Shit, just and speed up this Jacob trouble, man. Okay, because we're waiting till that filth of Israel be eradicated, man. You see, some goddamn gang banger. Okay, weird ass ratchet women. Okay, YNs. No, man, we're sick of this shit, man. But niggas want this shit forever, man, because they fulfilled in that shit. Go ahead.
God. It says, we preach not ourselves, but Hamashiach Yahushua the Lord, and ourselves your servants for.
Oh, it says
Yahushua.
ourselves, your servants for Yahweh's sake. So we're servants of the church for the sake of Yahweh. You can't just abandon posts because we feel some type of way or we don't get the attention we think that we need or certain money ain't coming in. And like, no, man, we're servants for the body for the sake of Yahweh, man. We've been commissioning through this thing.
Say, bro, like, we understand it bigger than us.
Yep.
A nigga who's willing to abandon his post and be, if we look at this Washington, he abandoned his post, there's a chance that everybody in that kingdom can die because of his selfishness.
Yep.
But one selfish ass nigga,
He felt some type of way.
you that shows you a nigga ain't thinking. A nigga is not thinking for the flock. He thinking for himself. That shows you like it just to me that's just bitch tendencies.
How you feel in the moment? Like the nigga woman.
Yep.
She made a disastrous decision because she felt some type of way in the moment. Okay? Yeah, bro.
I said, don't know.
Not even.
God, verse 6, it says, for the Most High who commanded the light to shine out of darkness have shined in our hearts to give the light of knowledge of the glory of the Most High in the face of the Yahushua Mashiach.
Yeah, so go ahead.
But we have this treasure in earthen vessels,
And that's the point. Go ahead.
that the excellency of the power may be of the Most High and not of us.
Yeah, so we have this treasure, this wisdom that we have, this understanding, this treasure of Yahweh Shema Shai, but it's not of us, man. So even if, okay, when certain, brother say they're edified on the coming board, for that edification is coming from Yahweh Shema Shai through us. Okay, we're not the source of the edification, man. We're a vessel used to edify. But the edification is coming from Yahweh by Shema Shai.
Oh,
Something on that, yeah. Eat your precept, and then we'll end it with that, the Hebrews 6 and 10. Yeah.
this is Timothy, 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 6 to 10. It says, but godliness with contentment is great gain.
Yeah, godliness and contentment is great gain. Go ahead.
For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain that we can carry nothing out.
Yeah, see, and when you content in Yahweh by Shema Shai, that's really a gain. Because like I say, appreciation creates abundance, man. You see, you don't have enough when you're not appreciative, man. That's why you got these voids that you gotta, try to fill. We don't appreciate shit. But when you appreciate things, then you're satisfied with simplicity, man. Yeah, bro.
It says, having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which draw men into destruction and perdition.
Yep, it says again, hurtful lust. That's the thing too in this society, man. When you get even a certain amount of money, man, you around different circles. It get weirder and weird. Okay?
And then it says, this is a commentary. It says, they that will be rich refers to those who have the ambitions to be rich.
Yep.
So those who have the ambitions to not be content or not be satisfied, about Shema Shai, they got the ambition to go out there and try to find something else.
Yep. And it goes bad every time. Yeah, bro.
Last one, verse 10, it says, for the love of money is the root of all evil,
Yep.
which while some coveted after, they have eared from the faith and pierced themselves through many sorrows.
Yep. See, the love of money, because money itself isn't wicked, but when that's your fulfillment, is money. Okay, I say you can't be trusted. Man or woman, their fulfillment is money. Okay, they can't be trusted because they come with a price. See? So let's get to Hebrews 6 and 10.
Because Hebrews chapter 6 and verse 10, for the most high is not unrighteous to forget your work and your labor of love.
Yeah, so the Lord is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, right?
For like which ye have showed towards his name, in that ye have ministered to the saints and do ministry.
Yeah, so the Most High is saying as a minister to the saints and believe. Okay? He's seeing that he's not going to let that go unrewarded. So that's why it's not about, all we need are two views, man. Hey, the Heavenly Father and His Son, Yahweh Shah, man.
Let's say our work in how about you outside. It's not in vain.
And not in vain. You know? So that was the point, we just wanted to get into the, Lord will, brothers. All right, and you sister edify once again. We give all praise and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahshua by Hashem Hagadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who will teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers, and peace and blessed salutation, hopefully, shalom.
Shalom.